It's time. It's time. It's Vader time. Can't sing that on Twitch, you'll get DMCA'd. So for those that missed it, both of these teams potentially on the cusp of making the playoffs for the very first time. As you have the Expos at 33-24, the Rockies at 30-25 atop the NL West. We are off the back of a draft, not the movie, although shout out to Backdraft, what a film. We are off the back of a draft that saw your Colorado Rockies top Montreal, as you guys ended up with some decent players, but ultimately nothing too crazy, which, you know, is what it is. It was another pretty poor draft across the board, whereas, again, your Rockies with the likes of one Johnny Cummings, Michael Armstrong, Jamie Vick, and others are looking okay. So with that, I am very, very excited to see if either of these two teams will get away with making the playoffs. Again, I have one massive issue that you guys don't, and that is that I'm missing a starter for the rest of the season in Bobby Jensen, and that's going to absolutely dick me over. In terms of all-star voting, Kyle Tucker is up there for the NL. In the AL, we see no Spos. No Spos. A month away from the All-Star break, let's rock and see how this works out for these two teams. That was a good run of form there for Montreal. Montreal is looking dangerous. Very dangerous, as Luis Patino has been moved to the Blue Jays. There it is. At the All-Star break, Montreal sits at 54-36. Currently. Oh, let's see. (54-36), just behind the A's, whereas the Rockies at 51-37. 3 games above the Diamondbacks. Have these teams turned the corner? How the mighty have fallen, by the way, with the Dodgers. Good Lord. Both teams very much in playoff contention. The Expos right now in the top wild card spot. And again, the Rockies very much where they want to be. Let's take a look at the stats so far this season. For your Expos, we get a look at the starting pitchers at this stage. And look at the starting pitchers. I'll move myself up here so that nothing's cut off. But we see one Scotty Vella leading the way, 8-3 on the season with a 2.74 ERA. Tom Bowers at 7-4 with a 3.32. Silk a little bit higher. Ponce over a 5. Shims with a sub-4 ERA, and Liberatore just over as your ace. But yeah, Scotty Vella right now crushing it this season. We take a look at the total WAR on the season so far. Scotty Vella by far has been your best option. Every pitcher, though, aside from Duncan Ponce, at least over a 1.2. FIP on the season as well. Phenomenal numbers for Scotty Vella. Phenomenal. All things considered. It's looking all right. It's looking all right. For the relief, Dante Nielsen, who was your Rule 5 pickup. 47 strikeouts to 18 walks. You have Dennis North with 26 saves on the season. Shout out to the crease, please. Getting himself a decent little pull. I won't say what it is in case he hasn't seen it yet. Decent WAR for relievers. Very good numbers for Nielsen. Relief's looking good so far. And then in terms of the closers, not bad. Not bad at all. Pitching staff from Montreal has been phenomenal. I think it's the only way to put it here. I mean, maybe Zeke Drew's numbers are a tad bit inflated, but Ostrander especially has been great. So the pitching staff, all in all, looking phenomenal for Montreal. Gotta love duplicates, Grease. Richard Pena hitting 287. 14 home runs, 46 RBIs. Delgado hitting 254. Behind him is the backup. 93 overall, Richard Pena. 865 OPS on the season. 51 Ks, 34 walks. Michael Chen hitting .326 as of the All-Star break. 10 homers, 40 RBIs, and .891 OPS. So literally when I say so far so good with like this entire lineup, this is looking fantastic for you guys. Eric Carvajal hitting .261, 15 homers, 36 RBIs, 15 stolen bases, 797 OPS, but still not bad. Not bad, I mean, a 325 on base. Third, you have Frank Jones, 338 average, 15 homers, 54 RBIs, a 993 OPS. Good Lord. Holger, Giro, the Rule 5 pickup behind him at a 706. I mean, your star players are playing like stars. Jose Ibanez hitting .245 with 35 RBIs. Ramirez at .233 and Garcia at .237. So you don't have a lights-out shortstop at the plate from the looks of it, but Ibanez has been the best of the bunch. And left, Bernardo Chavez gotten the majority of appearances over Armas, a .271 average. Hitting .783 as an OPS. A .980 for Salvatore Armas, though. .325 average. It's just interesting who's gotten more playing time there with your manager. In the center, and of course, the fact that Meisner's still there, but Corbin Carroll's only hitting .207. Shout out to Maine. It's the area code for those of you that don't know. Cameron Meisner as well at .263. Both center fielders have disappointed pretty highly, I'd say. Yeah, on base is a bit better for Meisner, but nothing amazing. And Will Benson hitting .260 so far this season. An 813 OPS, 97 strikeouts. Not exactly ideal, but you can see why this team has done well. Armas, if he was hurt, that would make sense. That's right, he was hurt. I knew someone was hurt, I just didn't think it was Armas. I don't know why. All in all, the Expos are looking great. For the Rockies at this stage, the pitching looks better. Barney Torres has been fantastic. 130 punch-outs already. 9-2 record. Holy shit. Barney Torres. You got Pringle, it's looking rough. Anthony has been okay. I mean, Coors definitely appears to be a factor. Split down the middle here between who I'm impressed with and who I'm not. Torres with a 3.2 WAR so far on the season. Only Ashcraft is above a 1. Barney Torres is in the running for Cy Young. No doubt. Also, I have 290 overall starters. Delightful. See, I needed these guys because otherwise Coors would just be destroying me. Russ McDermott and Arrojo looking okay so far. McDermott gives up quite a few walks, which isn't surprising. What do we got here? Okay, those two have been struggling. I was gonna say they were looking okay in terms of like a whip, but yeah, no, they're struggling. It's not great. And in terms of the quadruple of closers that we have here, not a big fan of the whip numbers that we're seeing for Tate, Yamamoto, and McWilliams. It's decent for Gonzalez with the 39 punch-outs. And yeah, my relief pitching has sucked this year. Gonzalez has been the only decent one, and even then he's getting carried by our defense a little bit. So pitching is very much a concern for me, as it always will be at Coors. I do wonder if I were to say, screw it, I'm going to find the logo and move my team, how we do not playing in Coors. That's the real question. For catchers, Russ Gore hitting .264. Hernandez just 9 RBIs on the season, but hitting .280. It's pretty rough. Both catchers have left a lot to be desired so far. Like, the on-bases are solid enough, but the OPS for the most part. It's not where I want those two to be. First base, Austin Marquez hitting .278, but a .321 for Andreas Marte. Both over an 800. Obviously, Marte has been the better of the two so far. I don't hate that. Second base. God help me. Oh, Jared Engel is also, or good old Gerald, also out. Who knows for how long. 2 to 3 weeks. Jesus Christ, I can't catch a break. Third base, Chauncey Lyle hitting 276. Reese Hines hitting 200. All right. Shortstop, Tyler Freeman hitting 235. Pena 169. How the hell am I in first? Oh my God. Injuries, tremendously underperforming players. Seth Beer, 16 home runs so far, 270 average, an 839 OPS, not too bad for someone I tried to let go of. And then in right, Kyle Tucker hitting 3. Okay, that's why we're where we. That's why we're where we're at. That's why we're where we're at. Kyle Tucker's hitting 347 with a straight 1 OPS. Osuna's at a 960. Borden, the Stinger's been struggling a bit. But Tucker and Osuna are carrying this team right now. Good Lord. Thank God he was in the Rule 5 for me to take away. Delightful. Especially because he started on your team. So, yeah, I'm in first. I don't know how. You're not in first, and I don't know how. I mean, especially too, it would make you wonder if we were allowed to set our lineups, what would we do? But we'd have to turn off injuries, otherwise it would just last way too long for each season to constantly shift. So, good thing James Norwood isn't mine. That'll probably end his career. So, all things considered, we're looking good. Who are the award favorites right now? Seager, O'Hearn, Devers, Wander Franco. Scotty Vela is the AL Cy Young favorite as of the All-Star break. The NL Cy Young favorite is Barney Torres. Interesting. Barney Torres, in terms of the amount of strikeouts, it's ungodly right now. Frank Jones is the AL favorite for the batting title. Kyle Tucker is the NL favorite for the batting title. Neither of us with anybody up there for reliever of the year. Rookie of the year, also neither of us with anybody up there. Frank Jones is up there for the Hank Aaron, as is Kyle Tucker. So to the All-Star break we go, and we will see how it plays out. Double-A All-Star game. We don't need the home run derby. Grease, oh my God. Oh, you poor bastard. Alex Verdugo has been traded to Baltimore. And we will take a look at our All-Stars on the year. We'll look at the AL first. The beautiful AL first. And let's see what we got here in San Francisco. As Scotty Vela does make it, he's not the starter. Scotty Vela, not the starter for the AL in the All-Star game. That goes to Matthew Thompson. Interesting. He's the only pitcher that you guys have. Eric Carvajal has made the All-Star game and is your first ever, along with Richard Pena, starter in the All-Star game. So at least 3 All-Stars for the Expos. Eric Carvajal, Richard Pena joining Scotty Vela. And that will do it as far as I can tell. So 3 All-Stars. I don't know what, I don't know about this game. Is there something I can do with 3 of them? So I mean, Crease, you can sell the other 2. If you're working on team affinities, technically you could use them for a collection. In team affinity exchanges, if you don't already have one saved in your collection. So you have options. Stubs counts. For the National League, what do we got? Barney Torres is the NL starter. And Henry Tanaka, former Expo, now Cub, makes, I believe, his first All-Star game, going 10-2 with the Cubbies. My God. What a slap in the... Dude, he's having a phenomenal season. Oh, my God. Henry Tanaka. makes the All-Star game once he leaves you guys, but Barney Torres is the starter. My only representative so far. We knew Kyle Tucker was going to be there, and he is. So from what I can tell, it is 3 starters for the Expos, 2 starters for the Rockies in the All-Star game. So the NL wins it. And we look ahead here. Man, Baltimore is stocking up right now. All right, so the Rockies in first. Again, the Expos in second. We will continue onward here. Just want to make sure I signed everybody, and I did. We'll continue on. And that organizational depth looking decent. Decent for Montreal at this stage. So, like I said, as much as I'd want to be hands-on with setting lineups and rotations, I think we leave it automated unless we make the playoffs, and then we can go a little bit more hands-on with it. So for now, we are good. We stick with it. Who's on the A's? For the love of God, I'll look at Oakland so you can have excuses when you're not good enough to win your division. Logan Davidson, Lazaro Armenteros, Ian Happ, Marcos Brito, Matt Manning, Bobby Bradley, Paul DeYoung, Bryson Stott, Pedro Mateo. I mean, if you guys can't beat this lineup, I think you should just fold your team. So here we go. Let's sim through the rest of July. See how this plays out. You guys do have some big games coming up against Oakland as well. On a really good run at the end of the break here, and Nick Decker goes to the Padres. Enrique Colon to the Brewers. Lucan Baker to the Mets. Trade deadline's gone. So as of August 1st, Montreal at 60-42, 4 wins in their last 10. The Rockies at 60-40, 7 out of their last 10. Now 6 games ahead of the Diamondbacks. The question was, how long does this normally go? From game to game, it differs. You never quite know what you're going to get in the franchise mode, you know? You never quite know. Things are looking very good for the Rockies. Let's sim to the halfway point of the month here. It's a break for both of us, actually. Before you play the Angels, I guess. Let's see here. We'll sim to the 13th. Might not be a break for both of us. So Montreal at 67-46. 2.5 games back of Oakland on a pretty good run of form right now. It's 7-3 in their last 10. Still in control by far for the top wild card spot. Honestly, at this stage, it would take a massive collapse for the Expos to not make it. It would take a massive fall off for you guys to not make the playoffs. For the Rockies, 66-46, 3.5 games up on the surging Diamondbacks, who do have that top wildcard spot. This is the year, guys. Barring a major fall off, that both clubs make the All-Star, or have the All-Stars, and of course make the playoffs. We're looking good. To the end of the month we go. Through August. 70 wins now for the Rockies at 73-55. A game and a half ahead of the Diamondbacks, who have lost 3 more games than we've played. We're looking okay. The Expos, half a game back of Oakland. Oakland with the game at hand. The Expos, though, surging at 79-50. Trying to top the Athletics for the top spot in the division. We get ready to see how September call-ups are handled here. I'll be intrigued. Here we go. You guys have you guys have a lot of games against Oakland, too. 6 games against Oakland that could ultimately decide the division. Let's sim those first 2. Both teams with the September call-ups. You split those 2 games against the White Sox. So here we go. This is big, these 3 games. Game 1 goes to Montreal. Duncan Ponce gets the win in a 5-1 effort. Still a half a game back. Matthew Liberatore against Colby Allard. Game 2 goes to Oakland. That's a big win for the A's. In the third game, James Shim against Harold Gonzalez. And that game goes to Montreal. 8-0, 12 hits to 1. What an effort from James Shim, a complete game shutout. And that sets you guys up still a half a game back. Whereas we now have 3 games on the Diamondbacks over in the NL. We'll sim ahead to those next 3 games. Before that, you guys play the Dodgers. And you lose that series 2-1. Oakland now a game and a half up. The Rockies now 4.5 up on Arizona. Here we go. Liberatore against Allard. 8-2 win for the Expos. Luther Duke gets the win. Corbin Carroll, player of the game with a home run, 2 RBIs, 2 doubles. Game number 2, James Shim against Harold Gonzalez one more time. The winner is Oakland, 5-4. Paul DeYoung, have yourself a day. Ostrander couldn't hold it. Dennis with his 47th save. And it comes down to this. Napoleon Silk and Pete Weathers, your final game against Oakland this year. And Montreal wins it. 2 home runs for Frank Jones. Napoleon Silk gets the win. Zeke Drew, his 2nd save of the season. Now just a half game back once more. Rockies still 4 up on the Diamondbacks. So going to be close. So you guys got 3 games against the Angels. Or not 3 games against the Angels. So you got the 3 games against the Dodgers there. I play the Brewers. Let's see how it plays out. This back-to-back series wins against San Diego and Milwaukee. Holy Arizona. Well, we're certainly going to follow the Rockies now because we have 7 games. Make that 10 games against the Diamondbacks. Holy shit. 10 games against the Diamondbacks in the final few weeks of the season. Oh my God. The Expos, a game and a half back of Oakland. Again, you guys play Tampa, winning record. Chicago, 500. Texas, well below 500. Seattle, well below 500. So you guys have a pretty easy schedule here to round this out, and I have to play Arizona 10 times. The good thing is the Diamondbacks are 6 games ahead minimum of the Reds. So playoffs should pretty much be good, but right now it comes down to seeding for both of us. Division title or wild card. It's pretty much what it comes down to. Like NL East, the Braves 2 games up on the Mets. The Nats too far back, so that's still a toss-up. Pirates right now in a very close division race in the Central there. Good Lord. Pirates, Reds, Cards. So yeah, that wild card race is still interesting. And then again for the AL East has gone to the Rays. I mean, it's not officially official, but it's official. The Central right now, the Royals, Twins, and White Sox all still in it. And again, you guys are right there behind Oakland. Pretty much have a wild card spot secured. Let's see how she goes. 4 games against the Diamondbacks. J.B. Bukowskis against Braxton Ashcraft. The winner is your Colorado Rockies. They take game 1. Chris McWilliams, his 43rd save on the season. Seth Beer with a 3 RBI game. Game number 2 of this 4-game set. Barrett Lyons against Dennis Santana. And that's a big win for Arizona. Spencer Batson got destroyed. Carter Kaboom did well. Damn. Game number 3, our ace, Lee Anthony, who hasn't exactly been our ace, against Jackson Goddard. Arizona wins again. We got to hope for a split. Lee Anthony, now under 500 for a record. It's Barney Torres against Josh Wolf. And Arizona takes 3 out of 4. The lead is down to 1. We'll follow the Expos until the 25th. Who are now a half a game above Oakland. After sweeping Tampa, the toughest team left on their schedule, Montreal's in first. 3 games against the White Sox here. And you win all 3. 92-57. The Expos, 3 games clear of Oakland. And for the first time, have clinched a playoff spot in this franchise mode. Montreal is playoff bound. Confirmed. Whether it's wild card or not, we don't know. But they're in control of their own destiny. And as it stands on tiebreaker, I mean, we don't know. We are neck and neck with the Diamondbacks. Still have to play them 6 times. All right. We will follow along here. Man, we dropped 2 out of 3 to the Mets. Here we go. 3 more games against Arizona. Barney Torres and Jackson Goddard. Colorado wins it. Big win for Torres. 7 innings pitched, 8 Ks. Yamamoto got his first save. Game number 2. So again, none of our minor league teams will make the playoffs. Game number 2, Lee Anthony and Josh Wolf once again. Come on, Lee, you got to get it done here. And he does, 4-1. Lee Anthony, 8 Ks and 7 innings of work. McWilliams, his 45th save of the season. It's now a 2-game lead for the Rockies. We play the 3rd and final game of this. It is Gregory Pringle against a throwback uni, Omar Manzanillo. Big moment here for Pringle. 3 in a row, baby. We swept the series. Pringle gets it done. Borden, player of the game. McWilliams, his 46th save. The Rockies, not yet confirmed, but 3 games clear of the Diamondbacks. And again, pretty much set in stone that we're a playoff team as well. The Expos are now 4 games clear of the A's, taking 2 out of 3 from Texas so far. The final game, it ends up in a 2-2 split. So 4 games clear of Oakland. The Rockies 3 games up on the Diamondbacks. Huge. So at this stage, we play the Padres, the Dodgers, and the D-backs to end the season. The Expos play Seattle, Texas, and Seattle. Again, both teams under 500. No excuse at this stage for the Expos to not take that division title. No excuse. We will follow along with Colorado, though, because obviously we're in a super interesting situation. We will sim the 3 games against the Dodgers. Let's go to September or October 1st, excuse me. 2 out of 3 against the Padres. 90 wins for the Rockies. Playoff bound as well. For the first time ever, both of us have made the playoffs, and we do it in the same season. 3 games up on the D-backs. Before that, we have 3 games against the woeful Dodgers. Beautiful. You guys have a 2-game lead right now on Oakland after losing 2 out of 3 to Seattle. Let's see, we'll sim that day. Montreal beats Texas. Honestly, let's just sim through the Thursday. We'll follow with Colorado starting on Friday. It's a 2.5-game lead. Scotty Vela takes the mound against Ryan Jensen, and he wins it. Actually, in fairness, he doesn't win it. Duncan Ponce got the win. Mariano Delgado, 4 RBI game. The Expos closing in on 100 wins. James Shim against Joey Murray. Shim gets the win. 7-3, 8 1/3, 7 Ks for James Shim. Unbelievable. The Expos, 4 games clear. It's pretty much done and dusted. It's pretty much done and dusted that the Expos are going to make this happen. They're going to win the AL West. For the Rockies, 3 games clear of the Diamondbacks. It's looking pretty good. We still have 5 games left here, though. It is Gregory Pringle against Corbin Burns. and the Dodgers win it. Burns wins 7 innings, 7 Ks. Yikes. Still 3 games above the Diamondbacks. Braxton Ashcraft gets the win, 8-3. Spencer Batson actually gets the W. Benito Osuna did well. And with that, we head to the final weekend of the regular season. The Rockies, 3 games clear of the Diamondbacks. 1 win in this series secures us the NL West. And again, you guys have officially secured not only the AL West, the Expos are the top team in the American League at 98 wins. The Expos are the best in the AL. Interesting. The Expos are the best in the AL. We will follow the Rockies. Go up, get 1,000 points. Fantastic. We will follow the Rockies here. Barrett Lions against Dennis Santana. Can we get the job done? And actually, to look at the Diamondbacks schedule here. Yeah, this is it. This is the final 3. Here we go. Barrett Lions. 9-8 Arizona win. Apparently no loser. Luis Robert, 5 RBIs. The Diamondbacks still alive for the moment. Our ace, Lee Anthony, takes the mound against Jackson Goddard. Will that seal the deal? No, it won't. It is going to go down to the final game of the season. If Arizona wins, there is a 1-game playoff for the division title. If Colorado wins, we secure the division title. The Expos have hit 100 wins, taking the first 2 games from Seattle. All right. Let's see it, boys. Let's see it. A home game against the Diamondbacks. Here we go. The problem is, like, I know Gregory Pringle was scheduled because the thought is, oh, then Torres is ready for game 1. But if we lose this game, then Torres has to pitch the tiebreaker game anyway. So I'm throwing Barney Torres out there as our ace. Whew, we got some tired players in this lineup, don't we? We'll stick with it. We will stick with it. Wait, why the hell is Marte not playing? Yeah, I'll trust it. I'll trust it. That I won't. Well, no, you know what? I won't cheese it. We'll start Pringle. We'll keep the lineup. I won't cheese it. Here we go. Oh, God. All right. Pringle. Single for Keyboom. Let's just go through the half inning. Scoreless for Arizona. See, swing for Hernandez. Grounds out. Lyle. Grounds out. Tucker. Grounds out. Great start, boys. Top of the second. Scoreless again. Seth Beer strikes out. Osuna singles. Gore strikes out. Freeman strikes out. Good God. Good job, AJ. Keep it up, buddy. Again, a scoreless half inning. Angle strikes out. Pringle flies out. Hernandez singles. Lyle field destroys. Arizona scores. Bo Bichette singles. A Conforto double brings him home. Tucker grounds out. Beer strikes out. Osuna strikes out. Let's see if we can get another half inning here from Pringle. Not bad. Gore strikes out. Oh my God. Freeman strikes out. Angle triples. We got to pinch hit Pringle here. We got to do it. We got to risk it. Who's it going to be? Wolf is a righty. Let's throw in a lefty. Andreas Marte. Yes, Andreas. Come on. Tie ball game. Hernandez brings him home on a double. 2-1 to the Rockies. Lyle pops up to end the half inning. Good stuff, though. Andreas Marte steps up when he was needed. In terms of relief, Lord, I don't know who to bring in here. Bucky Tate or Gonzalez, clearly. McWilliams has been our closer. Let's go for Gonzalez and hope that's not the wrong move. Strikeout, ground out, fly out, good shit. Bottom of the 6th, Tucker flies out. Beer singles. Osuna into a double play. Strikeout, ground out, walk. And a strikeout. Let's go, boys. We're almost there. Shouldn't you be letting the coach make the choices? No, because I'm going to do the same thing for you guys in the playoffs. There's no way to simulate it like you can in NHL. We tried that, and literally it just leaves the starting pitcher in the entire time, dude. So you have to do it this way. Blake Walston, huh? Rascore, singles. Freeman strikes out. Engel strikes out. Gonzalez. Again, we might as well go for it. Walston is a lefty. Let's bring in a pinch hitting righty. I mean, Borden is a switch hitter. Let's bring in Marquez. Singles. Hernandez. Singles. Bases loaded for Chauncey Lyle. That is not what I want to hear. Because I have had no confidence in Lyle so far this season, honestly. James Borden, make it happen. He didn't make it happen. Oh boy. Top of the 8th. Bucky Tate, come on down. Gonna get Borden off a 3rd for Pena. Pinch hitter, Dubon grounds out. Keyboom doubles. Adas, Shet, O'Hearn grounds out. Whoo, we're right there. We're right there. Tucker against Hartlieb strikes out. Beer strikes out. Osuna reaches on an error. Gore singles. Freeman pops up. We go to the 9th. We go to the 9th. I'm gonna bring in McWilliams, but we're jumping in. We're jumping in. It is time to see if we can get the job done here. Can the Diamondbacks force that tie-breaking game? Or will this one be over and done with? Oh, let's see, we'll switch to TV broadcast here.
And up next, the left-handed hitting Michael Conforto.
Come on, McWilliams. Seal the deal here.
But this guy hasn't been super dependable so far this season.
Seal the deal here.
Saves up to this point. You know, because this is just a one-run game, this doesn't strike me as a situation where he's
Come on, McWilliams. Come on.
I think he's going to challenge him right here.
Had him off stride that time.
So let's go, Chris. You beautiful boy. Look like the son of Dan Herron. Look at those sideburns.
That you know the bottom can drop out of any pitch he throws. You have to elevate your sight.
Come on. To win the division.
Struck him out.
Let's go. That's one down. 2 outs away from joining the Expos as division winners.
As we take a look at league saves leaders entering play, and as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department.
Come on. We got this.
Ready now for
Blake
Diamondbacks,
Sable.
Blake Sable.
Sable, apparently. Blake Sable. I learned something today.
First offering.
Come on, Chris.
This one's blooped out.
Hit to right center. That's going to drop.
A base hit.
That's going to drop. Tying run is on. Luis Robert.
The batter will be Luis Robert as the first pitch misses to him.
It is Luis Robert, but I like saying Luis Robert.
Drive into the gap and drive home.
All right. Come on, McWilliams. I believe in you. I believe.
Quick check on that tying run at first. And he just managed to get his hand out.
Oh, God. A couple different ways I could say that name. What's going on? How are you? Come on, Chris. Come on. Good pitch. I like it.
I remember John Smoltz telling me the greatest greatest asset a closer can have is short-term memory.
Come on.
This situation calls for it right here. He's got to forget that he
Can win the division.
base pass and just attack the zone.
Fastball called
He's
strike.
having good success with that fastball. It's only 93 on the gun. It's not crazy.
Fastball
Got him looking. He just stood there.
trigger, and they're
1 out away
That's a big
from joining the Expos as division winners heading into the playoffs for the first time.
a lot more difficult
Robert just didn't swing. He just stood there.
that guy home. Probably need a ball in the gap to give him a chance.
Gustavo Severino. 0 for 3 in this game.
now Gustavo Severino.
Horrible pitch. That splitter was
Runs a bit inside.
tragic. 0 for 7 in this 3-game series. Surprised there's not a pinch hitter. Come on.
1-0 home.
Right down the middle. You'll love to see it. Look at my boy. That's a manager right there, chat. That's a manager right there. Come on. Come on.
He's looking pretty
I'm going to laugh if he strikes out looking. I'm going to cry if he hits a home run.
Something happened with 2 strikes now.
Down to the last strike. Have the Rockies held off the Diamondbacks to win the division.
2 balls, 1 strike count to the
It goes 2-2.
Arizona down to its
Here we go.
strike.
Missed again.
Didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2.
Great take right there, but the last thing
Severino just not swinging at all. Nick Williams, who you pulling for? I am in control of the Rockies. Whew, fouled off. We're doing a versus franchise mode. I control the Rockies. Chat controls the Montreal Expos, the relocated Houston Astros.
Final strike, here it comes. And another
Fouled off. Whew. Come on. 1 away. The Expos, arguably the top team in baseball this year. Come on.
And he missed with it, ball 4. So that means now the potential tying run will move into scoring position.
The closer is supposed to slam the door on his opponent, but he left it.
Well, you know there'll be a pinch hitter. I don't think they're going to let Hartlieb swing away here.
Eyes on it.
Xavier Edwards will be
Xavier Edwards. 233 average, 688 OPS. Here we go.
trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. And he's the guy
Splitter in there for strike 1.
big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club.
Oh, God, this is stressful. Can't let you guys have the bragging rights of being like, well, we won our division.
And there's a
Nice. Good fastball. Come on.
final strike.
400 average with runners in scoring position.
See, he's coming right at this guy, just pounding
Come
him over the strike
on.
zone. He certainly
Come
has
on,
the
Chris.
advantage now. This guy hasn't even swung the bat yet.
And he chased it in the dirt.
The Rockies win the division en route to joining the Expos in the playoffs.
Hey, which is
It went down to the last game of the season,
game, a 2-1 decision.
but the Rockies get it done.
Pitching and defense in this one, and a lot of
The Rockies get it done, baby.
made this a fun game to watch.
Whew, nice little comeback there. Pringle gets the win, his 14th on the year. Nick Williams, that 49th save.
Lead, and they never gave it back.
You'll love to see it.
Picks up his team.
And the Rockies move on. It sets the stage for a very interesting situation here. Very interesting indeed. As we have reached the end of the season, the Expos, after sweeping Seattle, finish with a 101-63 record. The Rockies at 93-69. Nice. Both teams winning their division. So the playoffs look like this. You have Toronto against Oakland. The winner plays Montreal. Kansas City plays Tampa. And in the NL, Arizona plays the Mets. I play the winner. Atlanta plays Pittsburgh. That is the situation here. The Expos finishing with the best record in the league. Not just the American League, the best record in the league in general. The Expos, top dog at this stage. The Rays with 95 wins. The Jays, of course, with 86. The Royals with just 84 wins was enough to win their division. And then again, you guys with 101. So Oakland, I mean, they have to feel pretty bad, but they still made it. All things considered, the Twins miss out by 3 games behind the Blue Jays. And then in the NL, the Braves win 88. The Mets win 87. That's a bit scary. The Pirates win 88 to win their division. And of course, we won 93. So I had the best record in the NL. You love to see it. And the Reds miss out by 3 games. Worst team in the NL. For the record was Philadelphia. Worst team in the AL, the Texas Rangers. I know it's cut off on your screen. That's why I'm letting you know. A quick look here. Of course, you knew there were going to be award winners. You knew it. The stats. The stats to round out this season. We'll even look at team rankings here first, as we'll go over to the right here. So for batting average, Montreal 3rd, tied for 2nd with a 272 team average. The Rockies at a 268. So both teams top 5 in terms of batting average. In terms of runs scored, Montreal in 6th with 789. You have Colorado in 9th. Oh man. Total hits 3rd and tied for 4th. Interesting. Interesting. So I mean, it's close. Total doubles, Colorado with 297. The Expos in 7th. Speed factor as well for the Expos, tied for 5th in terms of triples. Colorado in 8th. Total home runs, the power advantage shockingly belongs to Montreal, despite the Coors effect. Then again, you guys do have some altitude. The Rockies, not a power hitting team. Very much not a power hitting team. You guys are 1st in stolen bases, though. I was tied for 3rd. Stolen base percentage, I was in 3rd. You were in 4th, though. 3rd most walks, or tied for 3rd, was Montreal. The Rockies top 10. Total strikeouts, Montreal with the 7th fewest. The Rockies with the 12th fewest. Not bad. On base percentage, 3rd and 4th. Both teams were really damn good. Really damn good. It's the best way to put it. God damn. We look at the stats for the season. And actually, really quickly, remind me to look at MLB records. But we take a look at the results. This and to move the webcam again, as we do, you have Tom Bowers at 16-6 with a 3.45 ERA. Duncan Ponce 13-4. He had a save as well with a 4.28 ERA. James Shim went 12-6, 2.83. It's an ERA. Silk at 12-9. Liberatore at 11-9. Scotty Vela finished 11-8. Scotty Vela, second half, off the cliff for you guys, unfortunately. He was looking like a, again, he was in first at the All-Star break for the AL Cy Young. Will he win it at this point? I don't know about that. I don't think so. And just in general as well here, look at the WAR on the season. James Shim ended up being your best pitcher. It's not bad, though. Yeah, James Shim as well. I mean, Vela was also under a 4 in terms of fielding independent pitching, for those who don't know. It does say right at the bottom of the table there, but yeah, not bad. For relievers, Nielsen and North were the main two. 46 saves for one Dennis North. 50 strikeouts to just 13 walks, which is insane. Dennis North had a fantastic season. Dante Nielsen, your Rule 5 pickup, also wasn't that bad. And in terms of the closers that are being shown on the roster, I don't think it sent down Zeke Drew. We'll see what we can do, of course, about the lineups for the playoffs. But Luther Duke and Arlo Ostrander on the roster as well. And both were good. Ostrander was really good, actually. So, I mean, again, the pitching was a real strong point for Montreal this year. Richard Pena, 94 overall, now a 275 average, 24 home runs, 72 RBIs on the year. 828 OPS. So if you're worried about him trying to find the batting, yeah, no, he found it. Still just 23 years old. Has quick release and cannon. So, I mean, just an excellent defender. Luther Duke's an all-time name, isn't it, Deech? It's now 96 career home runs for Pena as well. First base, Michael Chen, 20 home runs, 72 RBIs, a 317 average, and a pretty damn good 884 OPS for the now 28-year-old Michael Chen. Hard to believe he's 28. Some signs of decline so far. Has 100 home runs in the majors on the dot. Second base, Eric Carvajal, up to an 88, 26 home runs, 72 RBIs, and a 273 average and 832 OPS for the 22-year-old Eric Carvajal. Still getting better. Third base, Frank Jones. Did he win AL MVP? 30 home runs, 95 RBIs with 11 steals, a 303 average, and a 931 OPS. Holdridge, not quite to the same extent for your Rule 5 pickup. Shortstop, Derek Ramirez and Garcia. So Ibanez ended up getting dropped by the manager. But Derek Ramirez and Eduardo Garcia, to combine the names, neither were that great. So, interesting how the rosters change with the September call-ups. Then Bernardo Chavez, 24 home runs. Armas with 17 behind him. Pretty close on the average, but no doubt Salvatore Armas was the better option in left over Bernardo Chavez. Ton of strikeouts too for Chavez. Remember that when we decide your lineup, guys. In center, Tejera threw 32 at-bats. Went on a revenge tour for you guys electing to drop him. Carroll and Meisner. I mean, Meisner was a little bit better. Carroll was pretty horrible, but Meisner was solid, but maybe you run with Tejera in the outfield. We'll see. And then in right, Will Benson, a 270 average, 22 home runs, and an 845 OPS. Not too shabby. That is a hell of a season for that particular team. That is what that is. That is one hell of a season. I will say this in terms of the injured list, you are not missing any starters either. It's pretty promising. For Colorado, I mean, Pringle led the way in terms of wins. Torres still has a really good shout to have won the Cy Young. A really good shout. Utilized a lot of starting pitchers this year. But, I mean, without a doubt, our best was Barney Torres. Absolutely phenomenal. Anthony and Pringle were both pretty solid, too. But yeah, Barney Torres, no doubt, is my ace. He is a phenomenal player. In terms of relief, McDermott, Araujo, and Jose Guerra technically got a September call-up, but he's not that great. Really worried about these two. Rightfully so. Araujo was terrible. McDermott was meh at best. So I'm still worried about my relief pitching. Yamamoto and McWilliams are currently being shown as off the roster, so we'll see what our rosters look like heading into the playoffs. But Gonzalez and Zepeda are at least here. Both were decent, actually. Intrigued as to why a couple of these guys got dropped, especially because McWilliams had 49 saves this year. So, hey, hopefully we don't get screwed by September call-ups, but that could happen to both of us. Stubbs, what is going on, buddy? It is good to see you. Catcher, Russ Gore. Looked to have been the better of the two. He did have 100 more at-bats. Russ Gore outplayed Alberto Hernandez. Again, the one downside on Gore is he just doesn't have an arm. So, interesting how that plays out. Andreas Marte, I mean, it's showing Austin Marquez down in the minors. It's kind of screwed up how that happens. But here we are. Marte, a 330 average and an 849 OPS, grinding for Buxton. Fair enough. I started to, but we had to get some franchise in there too. Of course, I hate that Bobby Jensen's hurt. Engel was not phenomenal as a replacement. Lyle and Hines. Lyle was okay. Hines was not. I don't know how I had the best record in the NL. I have some major concerns with this team. Even Tyler Freeman at the plate wasn't great, and Andreas Pena was abysmal. Seth Beer, 24 home runs, 826 OPS. Kyle Tucker, 26 dingers, 321 average, 926 OPS. Again, Borden wasn't as solid. Osuna was still pretty good. So I do have some major concerns about my team. And again, Bobby Jensen being out is just brutal. We get to the awards, though. As NL MVP ends up being one Corey Seager. We'll drop myself back down here. Corey Seager wins NL MVP. AL MVP is Gleyber Torres. Shout out to Gleyber Torres. No top 3 finishes for either of us. Cy Young. Barney Torres finishes second behind Adrian Marion. And I have to say that I think the people who vote for that, moron. Back-to-back Cy Youngs for Adrian. The win-loss record does Torres in, and I vehemently disagree with it. AL Cy Young, and indeed, for you guys, Vela fell off the cliff. Doesn't finish in the top 3. Batting title, Kyle Tucker finishes second behind Corey Seager. In the AL, Michael Chen gets fucked. Well, officially, Michael Chen doesn't go into the playbook, into the record book here. The old SDS playbook of like, shitty things can happen based off of the highest batting average, and it goes to Moncada over Chen. If someone can explain as to why, I'd love to know. That is brutal. Reliever of the year, Lawrence Chavis in the AL. In the NL, it was Chris Chavez. No surprise, Roberto Osuna is still up there despite being a gigantic piece of shit. Rookie of the year, Mario Feliciano. And Tom Bowers wins AL Rookie of the Year with a 16-6 record. So you guys got a gem there in the 24-year-old Tom Bowers. Hank Aaron Awards to Ian Happ and Corey Seager. So you at least get a Rookie of the Year after getting screwed out of an award. You got that going for you. All in all, it brings to a close one hell of a season for these teams. And we'll see how the playoffs pan out.